The Squid Game and references to World War II. Hi everyone, we saw the Squid Game and found in it references to consumer culture, reality TV shows and various elusive hints, but did you notice references to Nazi concentration camps? I'm going to introduce you to some of these. Ready? Let's get started. The uniform. The uniforms of the guards in the camp are red, black and white, just like the flags of the German National Socialist Party, known as the Nazi Party. More than that, in the center there's a prominent and clear geometric symbol. In addition, the Squid Game is a Korean series. Now, during World War II, Korea was ruled by Japan, an ally of Germany, and was brutally oppressed by it. The flag of the Japanese army also consists of red and white colors, and it also contains a version of the three shapes: the circle in the center, the rays of the sun, which are triangles, and the flag itself, which is square. The numbers. The prisoners are all numbered in a way that their numbers become their names in the camp. So yes, prisoners always have numbers, but here, just like in the Nazi concentration camps, the numbers come before the names and they even replace them.
새벽이야. 뭐가? 내 이름. 강새벽.
By the way, in some Nazi concentration camps such as Auschwitz, the Nazis tattooed the numbers on the prisoners' arms. The crematorium. Inside huge rooms full of stoves, the Nazis would burn the bodies in the extermination camps. In the series, they did exactly the same. This is especially noticeable when considering the fact that the Nazis burnt more than 4 million people in extermination camps, most of them Jews. In the reality kingdom of the Squid Game, they had to burn some 200 bodies at most after game number 1. There have been many other ways to get rid of corpses on the isolated island, but these images of an efficient operation of a crematorium site throw us into one of the very specific dark places in human history. The guards. In order to eliminate resistance among the prisoners, the operations were carried out by many guards armed with submachine guns in both camps. Classical music. Classical music was played in both concentration and extermination camps by prisoners. The purpose of the music was to calm down prisoners before and during their murder. Musician prisoners were forced to play in the most horrific places humanity has known, whilst these barbaric murder acts were being committed. Just like in the Squid Game. Leonard Cohen, the Jewish musician and poet, wrote his famous song "Dance Me to the End of Love" about the use of musicians in Nazi death camps. Hunger. Hunger and uncertainty played a dominant role in many Holocaust survivors' testimonies. They appear in a similar way amongst the prisoners in the Squid Game. For the Nazis, starvation had a dual benefit: economic on one hand and torture on the other. Contrast. The contrast between the courtesy and order and the atrocities being committed there are familiar both in concentration camps and the camps in the Squid Game.
다시 한번 말씀드립니다. 참가자 여러분께서는 운동장에서 잠시 대기해 주시기 바랍니다.
Hanging. Opponents and violators of the law were executed by hanging, more than once, and their bodies were displayed for the sake of being seen. Gas. The squid's gas was used in order to put the contestants to sleep in the vehicles that drove them to the island, whereas with the Nazis it was a gas called Cyclone B, which was specially developed to kill humans and was released in big shower halls built especially for the cause of eliminating human beings. In both cases it was released by surprise. By the way, whoever turned on the gas wore a gas mask similar to those used in the Squid Game. Concealment. The death and extermination camps were operated by Nazis while other countries practically closed their eyes. A similar mechanism exists in the Squid Game. Whilst life continues normally not far from there, human cruelty has no limits. But what does this comparison say? The comparison, in my humble opinion, whether made on purpose or made in the unconscious areas of the Korean creators of the series, tells us a simple thing. Aggressive and alienated capitalism, which is expressed in murderous greed and lack of basic social solidarity, is like the new Nazism. The essence of a society that worships money, voyeurism and competition has a Nazi essence. Bloody, cruel and blatantly immoral. From a Korean perspective, there's another interesting point of view. After World War II, Korea was divided by the superpowers. And so in 1948, the two Koreas were founded, North Korea under the influence of the Soviet Union's communism, and South Korea under the influence of American capitalism. 73 years later, both countries have become radical representatives of these systems. The series even mentions North Korea in the captivating character of Kang Sa-byuk, who fled from North to South Korea. Ironically, after escaping from North to South, she chooses to participate in the horrific bloodbath of the Squid Game. The show creators perhaps tell us that the difference between the two Koreas is not as big as we might think. In addition, the VIP characters are the ones that fund the awful world that appears in this series. This is an allegory about the morally corrupted superpowers that have won the war, and then created a new form of concentration camps. The superpowers are represented by the Russian bear, the American eagle, the British lion and others. This could be another layer in which we can perceive the dark and disturbing images shown on this show. Thank you for watching.